Hey pigs, ever notice how there are too many ads in podcasts these days? You can't listen to a 45-minute show without being interrupted by a commercial for Taco Bell 20 times. Now they have AI inserting the ads automatically. AI, the nerve. Well, the Nailed program stays ad-free through the generosity of its patrons. Find people like you who subscribe at patreon.com and keep this podcast afloat. You don't need a lot of God money either. For as little as $5 a month, you can have access to twice the amount of podcast content. Listening to bonus episodes is a great way to spend the time between seasons, while the Nailed team prepares Year Zero and beyond. Turns out preparing this shit takes a lot of fucking work. In the meantime, Nailed Even Deeper goes beyond the halos. So check it the fuck out. Plus, if you sign up, you can get early access to Maybe I'm All Mashed Up, a mashup album full of stuff from the show. It's out now. You can hear me do the upward twist. Also, you can join our totally rad Discord. It's fucking lit in there. If you don't sign up at patreon.com/nailedpod and listen to Nailed Even Deeper, you'll miss stuff like this.
Fahrenheit? Fair enough. Fahrenheit? Question mark.
Fair enough.
He should have done billboards where he's dressed as a lawyer in a tie.
Mm-hmm.
And it says Fahrenheit? Question mark. Fair enough, period. Call Eustace and Cooper. That's the other guy's name, right?
Yes, Charles Cooper.
Attorneys at law.
That would have been their Coachella billboard.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Were you injured by out of control stutter beats? You may be entitled to compensation. Call Eustace and Cooper today.
I just feel like there's so much out there. There's so much music, and I just feel like these younger artists are absorbing all of it and want to, interpret it their own way or interpolate it in their music or pay homage or tribute to these artists.
Yeah.
And I don't think they're thinking of it as stealing at all.
Or even if it's like it's a melody or a chord progression that's living in your head. Everyone who's ever written music knows this phenomenon. It will come out as you're writing and subconsciously.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you never realize it. Maybe you look back a while later and they're like, oh, I kind of took that from someone. But there's a finite number of chord progressions.
Mm-hmm.
Now that everyone has a band and everyone is putting songs on the internet.
And everyone can just record stuff at home on their computer.
And that's 8 billion humans who are now rock stars. Every chord progression has been taken. Every melody has been taken. And the combinations of the two, we're getting close to all of them being used. So it's hard not to do something that doesn't sound like something, especially when working in the pop realm.
And as I've said a zillion times, no one lives in a vacuum. So to pretend that you have not heard these things and are not inspired by them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it'll come out.
There's no cheap kinks now that I think about it.
Well, leather's pretty expensive.
Yeah, but they will all kill your wallet.
But not as much as having an arrow trim. I feel like that's quite an investment.
Bandsaw goes for $30,000.
Yeah, you do need a lot of space.
Mm-hmm. You would definitely need a big industrial, dirty, dingy-looking warehouse where a person is leading you while your head is covered.
A person. You put some respect on her name. I don't know her name. I don't know her name. But I like her style. The lady who is controlling the gyroscope, arrow trim that Trent is shackled in, restrained in, we could say.
If you look at modern arrow trims, though, I mean, a lot of times they're just used as carnival fun, and they have 2 seats. And so you can get 2 people and buckle them in and spin them around. Anyway, I was having a lot of fun looking up.
That would just make me
crap.
really sick to my stomach, I think.
So,
it's one of those at what point, it's just so impractical kink-wise because I get seasick.
Yeah.
It's the argument one's having to be I don't know, honey, can we get one? Well, You don't really do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you could just have cheaper kinks by going to the local fair and getting on the tilt-a-whirl if you just like to be dizzy.
Exactly.
Do crooners sing about anything other than the moon?
Sure.
When the moon hits your eye. That one.
Okay, there's that one.
Fly me to the moon.
Damn it, Blake,
They're
stop.
obsessed with the fucking moon. They are.